Feros Care presents an Ironbark Films production.
As a wellbeing manager, I'm often the first face someone may see if they have a home care package.
A white man puts a minister's collar and a rainbow badge on his red shirt.
We pride ourselves on being able to be flexible and change and challenge the norms and help people stay in their homes and live their lives independently.
The title in white through broken glass on a black screen, Smashing. This episode is called Russ. On screen, smashing inclusion, embracing diversity and advocating for equality.
Russ has worked with us in a few roles. We started working on the phones and we very quickly identified that he had this lovely warmth and nature about him.
The moment he opens his mouth, then you see the sensitive side of him.
Very quickly he moved into a technical role and he was supporting our clients in the community to learn how to use their technology.
During COVID, we had a really good project going on called Project Cosmo, where we were given a grant to go and teach the elderly how to use technology in their homes.
I think Russ come into our life as a little breath of fresh air because we hadn't met anybody that was quite happy to help. Russ was somebody that I felt very comfortable talking to. He'd ask me what I wanted to learn, and he actually listened to what I wanted to learn.
And I had a lovely couple called Edith and Eric. Edith was turning 90 and she didn't really leave the house very often. So I went to my team lead at the time and said, hey, I would like to throw a birthday party. I was told, yep, absolutely. So we organised for a few neighbours and we all snuck into the bottom of the house with a cake and some morning tea. And yeah, we brought this love downstairs. She turned around to a room full of Feros staff, her daughter on Skype, and everyone that she had talked to in our call centre, ready to celebrate her birthday.
She was so touched, they were both touched actually, that somebody had gone over and above what was expected of them.
To me, I made someone's 90th birthday super special for them. No one was doing those sorts of things in COVID.
Edith having a cup of tea beside her spectacular birthday cake.
Being able to engage with your wellbeing manager, as people do with Russ, it means they tell their friends. That's as a result of Russ getting in and understanding their sense of purpose.
Outside of work, I get to spend my time with my family, taking my dogs for a little stroll down the street, and then on the odd occasion, treating myself to a tattoo. So I did a chibi arm. The other major one that was very personal to me was getting my family tree done on my leg. My family tree gets updated whenever there's a new family member. And about 2 years ago, my great nephew was born. And at the moment, he is all about crazy dinosaurs. It was only fitting to add him to the family tree as a little dinosaur.
Russ has dabbled in lots of areas of life. I even know that he's an ordained minister. And for me personally, I've always had a negative opinion of religion.
People were using their religious views and were judging people on their own religious views, which wasn't right. And it's like, okay, well, I need to educate myself so I can have these conversations. So I would do, a little paper here, some study elsewhere. 20 years later, hello, Mr. Hargraves, it's the university. By the way, you've got way too many credits and now you can graduate. I was like, oh. Graduate with what, a bachelor? They're like, no, you've got PhD levels. And because I was working with the church and doing volunteer work, I did a little bit of study with them, and one day they came up and said, hey, do you want to get ordained? And I was like, sure, why not? So with people that try and argue with me, I try and educate them rather than just obliterate them.
At Feros Care,
It's very easy for us to change the logo on Facebook or to change the logo on the website. The harder things that I think we find is the day-to-day and the tough conversations.
And then, of course, we eventually got our Pride Support Network. That's been able to, provide more education so that there is a voice put towards our processes and procedures to make sure that they are safe for the rainbow community.
Russ's role in the Pride Support Network is completely voluntary. Recently, Russ pulled out a puppet and did a full training package to be able to train our 400 community care workers around the importance of inclusivity in the workplace.
Russ with his cute little alien puppet.
I think it's worked. We've had more engagement and photos from these meetings than we've had in any other meeting before.
Over the years, we've done some Pride marches, and I just love the competitive nature between Russ and I to increase the levels of fabulousness. Unfortunately, he always won though.
I actually attended an education session last week at Narang with Russ and his fabulous sidekick Marvin, the alien. This is my first Pride March and I'm here because of Russell and his education.
He's got so much knowledge, not just on that, but I guess a lot of different things. He's educated me, he's educated the team.
It's great to turn up to a workplace where you know you can be yourself and not be judged and not be excluded because of that.
I've been here for 8 years and I see Russ's contribution towards our inclusivity and our Pride support network as a gay man means a lot to me.
I did meet a few same-sex couples who were actually afraid, and it's like, I don't know why you're embarrassed to tell me. We will never out anyone. We do have clients across the country who are really against the rainbow community. And that's their choice. We will work with them around that.
It is still a battle to make people feel safe at work because there is still a stigma in the community.
Russ.
It's an interesting time at the moment. In the next sort of 2 years, we will be changing the whole aged care industry again. My goal at the moment is to work for this company until I retire.
Russ at work.
It's a rare gem that makes a place, wherever he would work, richer. And I think it has made Feros richer.
Photos of Russ.
As a leader, we would love more people like Russ. That desire to build his education and dream big on what role he wants to fulfill and then go out and actually enact that in our community with our clients.
It's actually become a good friend now rather than just I'm a client of his.
Photos from Edith's birthday.
Everyone assumes the aged care industry is rest homes, old prison-like buildings, and all you do is wipe bums and feed people all day. It's not all doom and gloom like people think it was. The past at least 10, 15 years in aged care has completely turned around.
We don't worry about sexuality or anything like that. We take people on face value.
The industry has opened up. We can have people from the rainbow community. You can come from different religions and all work together.
Now the difference is that people like Russ making sure to share the message.
That is what we need in this industry.
Because the main goal is person-centred care.
A smiling Russ standing proudly in a chapel. On screen, this project was inclusively made. We acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which this film was made and pay respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Directed by Julian Newhouse, executive producer Tanya Sim, producers Tiff and Finn, Julian Newhouse, an Ironbark Films production. Copyright Feros Care 2023. The Feros Care logo.